Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to all. In today's session, I am going to discuss about VBT, valence bond theory. Valence bond theory introduction. We already know that element combines to form the compounds. Two elements will combine to form a compounds. So in each compound, the constituent atoms are held together to form a chemical bond. Means the two constituents atom means there is a single atom. The two constituent single atom which are held together to form a chemical bond. Either it may be covalent bond or ionic bond or a metallic bond. Two atoms are held together to form a chemical bond. So next move on to how the bond will form between the two atoms. So valence bond theory explains the bond formation between the two atoms to form covalent bond. How the valence bond will combine to form a covalent bond. So valence bond theory explains how the bond will combines to form a covalent compounds. So next, how the overlapping takes place between the valence electron to form a atomic orbital. So valence bond theory explains how the covalent compound will form between the two atoms, and next it tells about the overlapping between the valence shell atomic orbital, and it discuss and it gives information about the atomic orbital which is having unpaired electrons with opposite spin can overlap with each other. Means how two compounds or how two atoms held together, or is there is a mutual sharing, or is there is ionic form. The valence bond theory explains how the covalent compounds will exist, and next how it tells about how the overlapping takes place between the valence shell atomic orbital. So next it also helps to know the how atomic orbitals have unpaired electrons with opposite spin can overlap with each other. How the opposite spin means plus of or negative minus of, how it overlap with each other to form a atomic orbital. So next, how the covalent compounds will form. While electrovalent compounds are held together by ionic bonds. You know, electrovalent means HCl, NaCl. We called it as NaCl we called it as an electrovalent. Means it consisting of positive charge and negative charge. When it breaks, it completely transfer their charge into positive charge and negative charge. So we called it as a electrovalent compound. So we called it as a ionic compounds. So where electrovalent compounds, the bond exists between them is ionic bond. So next move on to the covalent bond. Covalent bond means there is a mutual sharing of electrons takes place between the two atoms. Mutual sharing means if there is a half filled electrons between two atoms, if there is a sharing of electrons takes place between these two atoms, so the bond exists between these two atoms, we called it as a covalent bond. So for example, Cl chloride atom. So chlorine Cl2. So first take chlorine. So chloride it consisting of 7 electrons. One is unpaired electrons. Here is one is unpaired electron. This is where it consisting of unpaired electrons which is having opposite spin. So this opposite spin will overlap to form a covalent compound. There is a mutual sharing takes place. We called it as a polarizing. Means the delta positive and delta negative. There is a sharing of electrons takes place between two chloride atoms to form a covalent compound. So the covalent bonds are created by sharing of valence electron. This is we called as a valence electron, and this we called as a valence electron. These two valence electron is combined to form a covalent compound. How the covalent compound is formed means the valence electron created by chloride in first chloride and second chloride. So there is a valence electron created in this atom. So these contain opposite spin. This opposite spinning electron having valence electron combined to form a covalent bond. We called it as a covalent compound. So this theory also explain the bond formation between two atoms to form a covalent compound. So this theory was proposed by Hitler and London, and later it was extended by Pauling. He is the Pauling. So Louis Pauling explained how atoms come together to form a molecules. You all know that the two atoms will combine to form a molecules, and those molecules will combine to form a compounds. So it is explained by valence bond theory. This is the Louis Pauling. So covalent bonds form when two O-filled orbitals overlap to produce a new combined orbital containing two electrons of opposite spin. So I already told you. So how covalent bond is formed? How it formed means two O-filled having two half-filled atomic orbitals overlap to form a new atomic orbitals which is having opposite spin. Means it must containing opposite spin, either it may be positive plus of or minus of. So two half-filled atomic orbital will produce new orbital containing two electron of atomic spin. So next, while overlapping, it results that decreases the energy of the atomic orbital. So while overlapping, the energy of the atoms will decreases while forming the bond. The sharing of electron is found in a space between the two nuclei of atoms forming the bond. The sharing of the electrons takes place between the two nuclei of the two atoms. So atoms consisting of one nucleus central and electrons will surrounded between the electrons is surrounded between the nuclei. So where there is a valence electron form, so two nuclei will combine each other of each atom, so to form a sharing of electrons between the two atomic orbitals. So next move on to the postulates of the valence bond theory. So these are the list of postulates of the valence bond theory. It is very important. Let us discuss one by one. First I will tell what are the postulates of the valence bond theory. This theory explains the concept of covalent bond. So first postulate is it explains the concept of covalent bond, means there is a mutual sharing, how the mutual sharing takes place between the atomic orbital. So next postulates, this theory of covalent bond is formed by overlapping of the atomic orbital. So how the overlapping of atomic orbitals takes place. First postulate is how the covalent bond is formed. Second postulate is how the overlapping of atomic orbitals form. If the atomic orbital overlapping must it must contain the positive charge and it must contain the negative charged atoms. So then the only overlapping takes place in the atomic orbital. So next, move on to the next postulates. Overlapping of orbitals means electron become paired with opposite spin and become more stable. So overlapping orbitals means electron become paired with opposite spin and become more stable. If there is a atoms contain or orbital contain unshared unpaired electron, it is unstable. While it contain paired with some other compound or some another atom with opposite spin, it become more stable. How it become more stable? We should know. Next, move on to the next slide. I will explain how it become more stable. So next, move on to the next postulates. Only half-filled atomic orbital can overlap to form covalent bond. So only off-filled atomic orbital can overlap to form covalent bond. Off-filled means it must contain single electron. So there's only that will form the covalent bond. The strength of the covalent bond depends on the extent of overlapping. How the overlapping, how many percent ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೋವಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗರ್ ದ ಬಾಂಡ್. How the strong bond strong, how we can explain the stronger means more than overlapping means covalent bond will be more stronger, and more stronger means the bond strength will be increases. The two types of bonds are formed by overlapping of atomic orbitals, that is sigma and pi bond. There is a two types of overlapping will formed in atomic orbital, that is one is sigma bond and one is pi bond. So how many types of overlapping are there means SS overlap, SP, PP overlap. These we called it as headed overlapping to form sigma bond, while PP overlap or side overlap or parallel overlapping we called it as a pi bond. So next I will explain it briefly. So first theory means it explains the concept of covalent bond. So second one means how extent or how the overlapping takes place between the atomic orbital, and next one is how the electron become paired with opposite spin, how the electron become pair or electron pairing takes place and become more stable. It is explaining third postulates. And next one is off-filled atomic orbital overlap, it forms a covalent compounds. How covalent compounds or how covalent bond is formed is explained in fourth postulates. And next, how greater extent will bond takes place, or how the stronger bond will takes place, what's the strength of the bond, it is explained in the fifth postulates. And next one is how many types of bond takes place by overlapping. There are two types of bonds is formed, that is sigma bond and pi bond. So how many types of overlapping means sigma and pi. How the sigma and pi bond formed means SS and SP overlapping are called as head to head overlapping, we called it as a sigma bond, and PP overlapping we called it as a sidewise or parallel overlapping, it is we called as a pi bond. So next I will briefly explain one by one. First postulate is this we called as a s orbital, p orbital and d orbital. So s orbital is spherical in shape, p orbital is dumbbell in shape, and d orbital is double dumbbell in shape with having space xyz xyz xyz. So d orbitals are degenerating orbitals which having 5 orbitals, 10 electrons, completely filled 10 electrons. So further we classified it as a dxy, dyz and dzx. In next class I will explain the d orbital. So in this session, how the atomic orbitals are filled or overlapping, or how the extent it will be overlapping takes place. So this theory states that bond formation takes place by the overlapping of atomic orbital of the atoms. So if atom is for example chlorine, it contains 7 electron. So another one is 7 electron. I will nitrogen contains 7 electron. This nitrogen also 7 electron. There is a 1 valence electron. So this s orbital is, if there is a valence electron in s orbital, if there is a valence electron in p orbital, these two orbital if having opposite spin, this will combine to form sp overlapping. So I will illustrate by taking example. Atomic orbital can participate in overlapping. Atomic orbital, how it overlapping takes place means, if it must contain valence shell electron, and it must contain unpaired electrons. So I will take one example, nitrogen. So nitrogen, it contains 7 electron, 1s2, 2s2, 2p. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p. First you fill 1s orbital, 2 electron which is having opposite spin plus of and minus of. 2s orbital, first you fill 2 electrons plus of and minus of. Next you have to fill the 2p orbital 1 electron each, because according to the Hund's rule we have to fill orbital first, 1 electron in each orbitals. So then you have to pair it up the orbitals. So let us take the nitrogen. So next here 1s orbital is not have a valence electron, hence it is not formed in the, hence it is not participate in the bond formation, because it does not contain any valence electron or any unpaired electron. So 1s is not participate, it does not participate in the bond formation. ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ 1s ಇಂದ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, because it is completely filled with 2 electrons. We called it as a paired electrons with opposite spin. So next move on to the 2s orbital. So among these 2s orbital also is paired up with electrons which is having, and it does not have unpaired electron, it does not contain any valence electron. So 2s orbitals also does not participate in the bond formation, because it also contain completely filled electrons with opposite spin. So 1s and 2s orbitals are paired with electrons with opposite spin. So these two are not participate in the bond formation. So next move on to the next one, 2p orbital. So see this, in 2p orbitals there is a 1 in each orbital, either it may be positive or negative. So these unpaired electrons with parallel spin, so 3 2p orbital consisting of unpaired electrons will take part in bond formation. So these 3 2p orbitals takes part in bond formation, because it contains valence electron and unpaired electrons in 2p orbital. These unpaired electrons will be participate in the bond formation. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. So 1s orbital is completely filled with 2 electrons with opposite spin. 2s also is completely filled with 2 electrons with opposite spin. So these two are not participate in the bond formation. 2p orbitals does not filled with completely filled with electrons. It is does only it have a negative or parallel electrons. So it unpaired electrons are participate in the bond formation. So next move on to the next postulates. How extent overlapping takes place, and how the overlapping takes place in each atomic orbital. So we know that electron can spin in opposite direction. You all know that opposite spin, the electrons are spinning in opposite direction. So this we called as a plus of means clockwise, anti-clockwise direction, minus of is anti-clockwise direction. Clockwise direction, it is one anti-clockwise direction. The spinning is, it is we called as a plus of, and it we called as a minus of. Each orbital contain these plus of and minus of, we call it as a electron, plus electron and minus electron. So how the electrons moves in such a direction, as the direction in this direction designated by, we called it as a spin quantum number. How the spinning takes place means is a clockwise direction, and electron moves always in anti-clockwise direction and a clockwise direction. So we called it as a spinning quantum number. So S is equal to positive, designated as a anti-clockwise direction, while S is equal to minus of means it designated as a clockwise direction. Positive means it is a anti-clockwise direction, it is a clockwise direction. So only atomic orbital containing unpaired electron with opposite spin can overlap each other. Means only atomic orbital can having only unpaired electrons, which is having unpaired electrons will overlap with the opposite spin. Means it must contain positive and another one contain negative. These two will overlap. If there is a Positive positive spinning means there is a repulsion takes place these two, there is no bond formation takes place between these two orbitals. So that's why, so if this orbital containing positive and this unpaired electron and this orbital containing negative orbital or negative valence electron, negative unpaired electrons, these two orbitals will overlap to form a covalent compound or covalent bond. So if there covalent bond exists means it must contain unpaired electrons between two each atomic orbital. So atomic orbital having positive will overlap with another atomic orbital negative. So this will be explained in two form with containing the overlapping two ways. So it will be illustrated in two forms. Overlapping has two types, head-on overlap and lateral overlap. Head-on overlap, first one is head-on overlap. So head-on overlapping means sigma, this results in the formation of sigma bond. Two first p orbital and p orbitals like this overlapping takes place means pp overlapping. So this we called as a sigma bond. So if there is a lateral overlap between pp orbitals, if we called it as a pi bond. So if there is a head-on overlapping means it is a sigma bond. If there is a lateral overlapping means it is a sigma bond. So let us take difference between sigma bond and pi bond. Sigma bond means it is the least of the difference between sigma bond and pi bond. So all say single covalent bond or sigma bond. Single covalent bond means there is no other other single bonds, double bonds, there is only sigma bond, there is only single bond, there is only single sharing of electrons, and there is only single bond. So double bond we called it as a pi bond. Either it may be pi bond or it may be triple bond. Triple bond means a pi bond means consisting of covalent bond. Double covalent bond means one is sigma bond, another one is pi bond, and triple covalent bond is one is pi bond, another one is sigma bond. So next it forms SS, SP, PP, head to head overlapping. It forms side overlapping means pp overlap. The density of electron is maximum here. The density of electron in pi bond are above and below the bond axis. The sigma bond exists between two atoms. The pi bond exists between the two bonds. Only one sigma bond here exists. Here one or two more than two exist in pi bond. So strength is depending upon more here sigma bond the strength is more, there it is weak. The in sigma bond the molecule determine the shape. In the pi bond there is no shape of the molecules. Sigma bond present in alone. The pi bond exists only in the bond formation, sigma bond formation. S and p orbital are sigma bond. Sidewise overlapping p orbital we called it as a pi bond. So next I will explain briefly how the pi bond and sigma bond will form. There are two covalent bonds formed by overlapping. First one is sigma bond and second one is pi bond. Sigma bond is a covalent bond. It forms a lateral or linear overlap. We called it as a linear overlap. So we called it as a sigma bond. The pi bond means the two covalent bond formed parallel overlap. We called it as a pi bond. Lateral overlap means parallel overlapping is a pi bond. The linear overlapping we called it as a sigma bond. So in sigma bond it consisting of depending upon the atomic orbital overlapping. Sigma bond is divided into sigma SS, sigma PP and sigma SP bonds. The covalent bond is formed due to the overlapping of the atomic orbital in an internal nuclear axis. We called it as a sigma bond. It is the sigma bond is more stronger than the pi bond. How many times? 3 times. Sigma SS, sigma PP, sigma SP. Sigma SS overlapping means this is a spherical and this is also spherical s orbital. It containing plus, if it contain plus 1 electron, it must contain plus minus of electron. So then only it will be electrons bond will takes place, the overlapping will takes place, so it forms sigma ss orbital. So it contains single electron. This s orbitals also contain single opposite unpaired opposite spinning electron, then only overlapping takes place to form a ss bond. So next, pp overlapping. Sigma means headed overlapping, lateral overlapping or linear overlapping. It is a dumbbell shape p orbital. It contain a single electron with having plus of, and it must contain negative of. So there is the bond formation takes place between the two p orbital in a lateral overlapping. Then we called it as a sigma pp orbital. Sigma sp means it is a spherical s orbital. It is overlap with the p orbital which is having opposite spinning. So this formation we called as a sigma sp bond. So next, how the pi bond is established. The covalent bond formed by sidewise overlapping of atomic orbital is called pi bond. In this bond, electron density is present above and below the internuclear axis. The relative andre means the pi bond is weaker than the sigma bond. So how it formed means sidewise overlapping, we called it as a pi bond, and the density is above or below the internuclear axis. It means the atomic on the sidewise, the bond electron density is present above or below the internuclear axis, means it is internuclear axis. The electron density is present in above or below the internuclear axis. It is weaker than sigma bond. How it forms means it is a internuclear axis. The electron density is higher in above and below the internuclear axis. Here the pi bond is formed. These lateral overlap or side overlap, we called it as a pi bond. So next, how the possibility is occurs, the geometry will be explained in the orbital. Means we called it is s orbital. It is a p orbital. It's containing dumbbell shape. It is a positive and it is a negative. It is a plane of symmetry. We called it as a px and py and pz axis. It is a px and it is a px, it is a py and it is pz axis. So it also contain the 3 orbital. So 3 orbital must contain 6 electrons which is having opposite spinning. So it is a d orbital. So it also contain dxy, dyz, dzx. So it is double shape. So each containing opposite spin. If there is a positive here, it is also, if we positive here means repulsion takes place this between. So it must contain negative positive negative positive. So there is no repulsion takes place between these. So d orbital is more stronger. By taking example, I will explain how the valence bond theory or how the overlapping takes place. So HF, hydrogen fluoride. Hydrogen fluoride, it contains 1s orbital of hydrogen will overlap with the off-fill 2p orbital of F, forming the covalent bond. It contains only one filled electrons. Fluoride contain 9 electrons. It contain one vacant or one vacants and one half filled electron in 2p orbital. So 2p orbital containing one vacancy electron, we called it as one unpaired electrons. Here also one unpaired electrons is present. These two will overlap. Head-on head overlap takes place, overlapping between 1s and 2p orbital. The bond will form because it is a positive and it must contain negative. There is a covalent bond exists between these two s and p. Overlapping takes place between two orbitals. We called it as a covalent bond. So next, H2. So H means it contains spherical s orbital, one s orbital H, another one also contain 1s orbital, 1 electron. So these 1 electrons will having 1 unpaired electrons here, 1 unpaired electron here. This 1 electron which unpaired electron which is having opposite spin will combine to form a 1s orbital with covalent bond. So this is h orbital, this is also h orbital, which having negative charge will combine to form a 1s2 orbital. So this one it will combine like this to form a covalent bond. The newly combined orbital will contain the electron pair with opposite spin which is filled by atomic orbital. So this is the example for the valence bond theory. And thank you so much. In next session I will explain the geometry of the valence bond theory and limitation of the valence bond theory. Thank you so much.